Now, live from Wavy News 10.
Thank you, everyone, for staying with us today. As we are just cutting into your programming just a bit, you can still see the French Open there at the bottom of your screen, but we do want to update you on this breaking news that we've been following since just after 10 this morning. An accident at London Bridge and General Booth Boulevard in Virginia Beach that sent a van into the McDonald's there, causing a fire and also a natural gas leak there. We do have Andy Fox there on the scene. Let's get the very latest from him. Andy?
Okay, here's the deal. We are here at this McDonald's, and you can see the red van. It was involved in a collision at the intersection and ended up here. When it hit the McDonald's, it burst into flames, and the McDonald's caught on fire. This here is Francis Stoneham. Francis, you were here. You saw what happened. You saw the flames coming from the red van. Tell me what happened.
I was going down General Booth Boulevard at the light, stopped at the light. The gentleman was coming. And he went across the median. I thought maybe he was going too fast, but he didn't turn to make a turn. He just went straight through. And then I saw things fly, I guess, from the car. When he hit the car, I saw him hit the car, but I didn't really know the details. I told my friend to stop the car, and I ran over there. And the wife got out. She got out on the passenger side. And I said, get away, get away. And I said, is there anybody else in this car? And she says, my husband, he's having a seizure. And so I said, okay. So I opened the door, and you could see the flames where there was full of smoke. She helped me get him out by undoing the seatbelt, and then I got her out of the way, and I pulled him out, and he was in terrible shock and shaking.
What were they saying? What was their emotion? What were they doing?
He wasn't doing or saying anything. He was just staring straight as if in terrible shock. She was just crying, and she was saying, honey, let's go, let's go, let's go. Get away from it, you know. And I kept saying, everybody said, call the fire department. I said, call 911, call 911. You know, call an ambulance. He's having a seizure. And basically that's it. And
did she say what happened with the accident?
Yeah, she said
was he having a medical condition?
That's what she said.
At the time of the accident?
Yes. Right as she got out, she said, my husband's having a seizure.
Was that caused by the accident, or did that lead to
She didn't say.
The medical condition?
Yeah, she didn't say.
Okay. Can you stand by for just a second? This is Captain Mike Baraki.
Chief Baraki, yes, sir.
Chief Baraki. Can you tell me, you heard her story.
I did.
What can you fill in? Fill in the gaps.
Well, what I can fill in is that the vehicle and the building was on fire when we arrived. There were 3 patients. 2 of the patients were because of the van, and 1 patient was because of the McDonald's, inside the McDonald's. We have treated and transported 2 people from the van, conditions I don't know about. They're at a local hospital. What resulted after that was a building fire, which is a McDonald's, progressed in the building, and now we have a severed natural gas meter, which you can hear right now, and that gas is now escaping, and that complicated the fire because of the fuel escaping from the natural gas meter and the building on fire.
Now, you heard her describe a medical condition. Can you fill in any gaps on that? Can you explain that?
No, the reports that we heard as well is that the person inside the van was having a medical issue at the time or during the accident. That's what we know, and we're treating for that. The injuries that were presented was not traumatic injuries. They were more of a medical-based injury.
Right. Was it like a heart attack?
No.
Anything caused? Do we know what caused the seizure or anything like that?
No, Andy, we don't know. I mean, obviously the medics took them, very quickly. As the firefighters were suppressing the fire, the medics were taking the patient to the hospital. So I don't know what's going on with the medic side of it.
Not serious injuries? Do we know?
Unknown. They were advanced life support. They were treated for ALS, is what we call it, advanced life support. But from there, I don't know.
Okay. Anything else you can add from what he has said?
No, that's about it.
Counts. Did you hear the explosion, or was it already going on?
No, I heard everything.
And tell me
and
about
I
the
saw
explosion
everything.
when you heard it.
It just went boom. It just went boom, and then the fire went up the roof and over the car, and then something happened inside of the McDonald's. I don't know what it was.
When you heard the big boom, what did you think?
I didn't think. I wasn't thinking at the time.
Yeah. And now you're hearing that there's a natural gas leak out here, which could have been even worse and everything. You think about that?
No.
What were you doing when you went to that van? You weren't thinking about anything but helping?
Yeah. I mean, that's what you do. And all I could think was maybe there were children in there and people burning alive, I wasn't thinking.
You're torn up about this. You're emotional.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Tell me about the emotion that you're feeling.
I'm just very happy everybody's safe.
And what was she saying again, in case people are just tuning in?
That her husband was having a seizure. And
help him. Help him.
well, no, she didn't really say that. She says, he needs help. He needs help. And she says he's having a seizure. And that's when I said, call 911. Call an ambulance. I didn't say call 911. I said call an ambulance. I said the man is having a seizure.
Well, thank you so much for telling us your story.
Thank
Is there
you.
anything else you can tell us?
No, this is God seemed to be with everybody today.
Hey guys, I know you're back there and we're going live right now on Wavy TV 10. Do you have any questions for her?
Well, Andy, you know, more so a question for you. I mean, just kind of walk us through what you're seeing around you right now, because it is a very active scene still.
Yes, it's a very active scene. Hang out for just a second here. You can see that they've already put up the hazardous area. They have just put that up. They made us move back. They are dealing with a natural gas leak. We do not know the extent of that, but they are working with that, and that kind of hampered the putting out of this fire. I have spoken with the owner of the McDonald's and two of the employees that were actually here when it happened, and we'll have their accounts coming up on Wavy News 10 at noon. But you can see the van over here. Major response to this. And over here, Larry, if you can, right under here, you can see all of the firefighters who have been fighting this, and some are taking a break there and just making sure that there's plenty of water on this. You heard that this started with a crash inside in the middle of this intersection. It is possible that the person who was in the van, as we have heard, was having some type of a medical emergency, some type of a seizure. And of course, we have Francis here, who once again saw all of this happen, went to the van, and just
Pulled him out, me and his wife.
making sure that he was okay and everything.
Absolutely.
Okay. Guys, any other things for Francis before I let her go? We really appreciate your account, telling that to Wavy TV 10. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it, Francis.
You're welcome.
You really did great things today, and
Thank you.
I know that the people in that van are very appreciative of everything you did. Once again, Francis's story is she wasn't thinking, she says. You said you weren't thinking, you were just
No.
reacting, trying to help the people who were in the van, didn't know what they were dealing with, didn't know about the natural gas leak, didn't care about anything like that, just responded.
Just responded.
And when they were leaving in the ambulance, what did they say? Were they saying
I
anything?
didn't go over there. I had to go sit down.
Thank you, Francis, very much.
You're welcome.
Guys, that's the latest. Thank you. And
Thank you.
there you go. And thank you, Francis. Once again, the red van is over there, burned out. You heard Francis's story. Guys, she really responded today. Help people in the time of need. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Andy Fox there on the scene, speaking with Francis, who saw everything there. We also want to acknowledge the Chopper 10 is up above the scene here now, and you can see a little bit more clearly just the big response to this, and also how burned out the building is. Fire Chief, District Chief Mike Baraki saying that there's quite extensive damage to that McDonald's there, again at London Bridge and General Booth Boulevard. We do have more information right now on wavy.com, so we definitely want you to go there. Not just information, video, slideshows, road closures, and there have been some additions, so you definitely want to look at that, and also our live extended coverage. Again, stay with Wavy here on the air and also online. As we get new information, we'll be bringing that to you just as quickly as we can.